Hi, my name's Athwal. For those of you coming to our channel or watching this video for the first time, for those of you who are loyal followers, fans, our clients, members of the Family Business Academy, good to see you again. I know I've been, delaying this. Last year, 2020 was exhausting. 2021 now, here we are. On the channel last year, we did 138 episodes, a lot of content. And with our advisory business and our education business growing and getting extremely busy back end of last year, we got to the point where, I got to the point where I thought I need a break. And that did lead to one break, a short trip, and a chance to fly to the UK to be with family during Christmas and New Year's, which was well overdue. And taking a break, and then January this year, 2021, off we go again. It's busy. Lots of things are happening. And I just thought it's time to create a quick video, a few updates. And as you've seen probably from the title, I want to talk about growth. I want to talk about the boom potentially in 2022. Is there a boom coming in 2022? What do you think? You know, listening to economists out there doing some research. I want to thank also, shout out to Vistage for their recent webinar as well with one of their speakers. The trends are showing that there is a boom coming. If you look at the amount of money that is being printed, well, is it really being printed? Essentially, it's all ones and zeros, isn't it? Through a computer system that's been sent to central bank or other banks, or checks that have been given to people that deposit them, that then show up as ones and zeros on their banking system, and then off they go. They end up sharing it, spending it, consuming it, and sending it to somebody else. So when we talk about printing money and the stimulus plans around the world and certain bailouts and stimulating the economies, money that's being given to companies, individuals to support them during the pandemic, research tells us there's about 17, not far off $18 trillion in the last year that has been pumped into the global financial economic system. I've heard numbers that by the end of this year, 2021, that could reach 19 or $20 trillion. That is a lot of money. More money has been printed or electronically uploaded and distributed than any other time in history. In such a short space of time of 12 months, that's the equivalent of potentially all of United States of America's wealth being pumped into the global system and replicated within 12 months. So where's that money going? Well, we do know that people who've got that money have probably bought some shares, and that's why the stock market, I think, is doing well. And eventually people will start selling those, and you'll probably see some ups and downs in the stock market later this year. But essentially, it's all about consuming, isn't it? People, if they've got extra money, they're going to consume, they're going to buy more things, which is why e-commerce is at a record high, and companies like Amazon are doing extremely well. Or maybe somebody's paying off some debt, in which case the person that they owe or the bank that they're repaying has got more money back into their system, allowing them to loan more money, and that will eventually go to somebody else that will want to purchase another asset or consume. And off we go. And as a result of all of that, companies will grow, more money is in the system, and we're definitely going to see the benefits of all of that by the end of 2021. Predictions that house prices are going to go up 7 to 10%, some countries even higher, depending on which part of the world that you're in. So that's also good news. Earnings will go up for companies to justify some of the stock prices and the obscene valuations out there right now. We're definitely going to see more and more technology IPOs this year, innovative companies, disruptive companies floating, and you'll look at probably some of the valuations and think it's crazy when it's all based on number of followers or potential customers, non-paying customers, but potential customers that could be monetized, and yet valuations are reaching billions of dollars, $5 billion, $10 billion for some of these companies, and a few just about to float very shortly. So it's really interesting what's going on, which tells you, with the pandemic as well, with the vaccination process, what's going to happen there? Are we going to end up with vaccine passports in addition to our existing passport, some type of stamp? What's going to be happening there? Lockdowns are still in play in a lot of countries. However, it seems like we're starting to get the hang of this, subject to some of these variants, and hopefully the vaccines can deal with them. But at some point, whether it's September, October, November, potentially latest by December 2021, what's going to happen? With all these trillions of dollars pumped into the system, and people at home can't wait to travel again, wait to consume, they can't wait to get out there and do things. There's going to be a boom. Wouldn't you agree? What do you think? Hey, I don't have a crystal ball. It's my opinion based on what I'm hearing and talking to people. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So if there is a boom coming and people have got this pent-up demand and want to go and spend, there's a lot of industries that will benefit from this. Hospitality, the whole travel industry, the retail, I think, will start to grow again. We talk about shops closing, but I believe everything goes in a circle. Yes, online has picked up in the last 12 months and it will continue. But that social aspect of going with a friend or going with the family to a mall, a retail outlet, doing some shopping out there, meeting people, I think is coming back. Yeah, sure, there'll be some sort of hybrid model mixed with online. But I think the traditional bricks and mortar businesses are going to benefit greatly next year. And then how long will this last? Another 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? History tells us from the early 70s that some of these growth periods can last an average of 7 years, and then there's suddenly a crash or a recession. So what if we do go to 2028, 29, maybe 2030? Wow. So are you ready for that next wave in your business? Have you got the right people on board right now? Are you looking for the right people? Are you building your dream teams? Are you spending time building and strengthening the relationships with existing customers as well as new potential customers? What type of innovation have you got lined up for the end of this year, ready for next year? What are you doing when it comes to digitization? Are you building any new online type products or services? Because this is the year, it really is. If you can take on board some new innovation, build some new hybrid models with your traditional business if you have one, and really get your product right, get that database right, get that customer acquisition process right, you could really get a high return on investment next year and onwards. But if you're not doing any of these things and you're just sitting still and waiting for something to happen before you reinvest or do things, you may be too late. You may not be ready for this next wave of growth. But at the same time, also be aware that every wave, every growth cycle will eventually have some type of downturn, recession, a bubble will blow. And again, the predictions are, with all that money out there again, available to people being pumped into the system, how we spend, and with greed kicking in, it's inevitable at some stage that bubble will blow and there will be a lot of people crying at the end of it. So be smart with decisions that you're going to make around 2025 to around 2028 of what you may sell, cashing in on certain things. slowing down yourself while maybe the rest of the world is full of greed. And make sure that you manage your wealth in the right way, as we advise most of the family businesses and wealthy families that we deal with, our group company, RTS Global Partners. And just plugging our Family Business Academy for a second, invest in education, invest in educating the next generation. The next generation, with the whole school system sabotaged in the last 12 months and homeschooling, people not attending university and college and getting the right schooling, you're going to see a new breed of DNA, especially with the alpha generation and children who are teenagers right now, young adults. You're going to see a new breed of entrepreneur. People who don't see value in the classroom anymore. They want to get educated online with speed. We have a 3-month program called the Online Certification Program as part of our academy. Over 50 families in the last 12 months with their next generation have been through our program. Why? Because they want to take 20 years of our experience and have that in 3 months, in 6 modules, bite-sized modules, and they want it now. They want the best stuff now, and then they want to go and apply it. With my own family, with my 4 children, it's great to see 3 of them as entrepreneurs and building their careers. One who's still at university, and we're guiding him as well to say, look, you're back at university, which is great, but what could you do part-time? What could you develop part-time while you're doing your degree? Because I think it really is, the next decade is all about young entrepreneurship. So those of you got family businesses listening to me and you've got young adults in your family business, or maybe they're not in the business right now, encourage them. It doesn't have to be your existing business. Encourage them to start something, experiment. In today's world, you don't have to own everything. You can rent things out. You can outsource things very quickly. You can put together dream teams remotely and give people a piece of the pie rather than having to pay huge salaries, possibly. There's so many creative ways you can do this in today's world. So I really don't have one message today. This was really a push from our fan base and from our clients. Say, hey, get yourself back on the channel, creating videos again. Yeah, I took a bit of a break. I'm back now. I'll make sure at least once a week there's new videos on the channel again, and get back out there and start inviting in guests to be on our various shows and start interviewing them again for sure. You know, we're ready again. Just needed to revitalize, get that energy back, rest, think, work on a lot of other great projects that we've got planned for this year with 2 online platforms we're building, applications. We've got a brand called Fabillion, which launches next month, made up of ultra high net worth family business owners. Our first group that we're putting together is a global virtual advisory board, is going to have a net worth predicted of just over $3 billion, just this one group. So I'm really excited about launching Fabillion. We've got a new book project as well we're working on right now, on our 4th chapter. 5th chapter will be ready next week, and we're hoping to get to about 24 inspirational stories. And it's a story-based book based on real stories, true stories, things that we've witnessed over the years, but then fictionalized to protect people out there, change things, industries, names, size of families, certain issues that they had, and we'll turn it into more of a fable/fiction type book, and that'll be ready to launch end of this year. So I'm excited with 2021. I hope you are as well. I hope you've started well. Reach out to us if you want some more information. Reach out to us to find out how we can help you with our group company on the advisory side. All the details are in the description and bio areas, or just go to rtsgp.com and or connect with me on LinkedIn. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, have a look at my profile, send me a message, leave some comments. But in closing, get ready. Build your foundation in 2021 and get ready for a potential boom 2022 onwards. Are you ready? Put the right pieces together right now. Build your dream team. start building up that database of potential customers. Focus on your innovation and new product development this year, ready to launch end of this year, and start capitalizing on this next wave of growth. So on that note, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.